Welcome to Traveling with SHOWCO. Enjoy the ride.
Doug's got the wheel and Jill's got the treasure map, chasing some ghosts in an old haunted shack. Traveling with SHOWCO with a story to spin. Haunted roads call as the journey begins. One is by day, chasing fires by night. Visions of ghosts and goblins delight. Every mile's a tale, every turn's a new face. Traveling with legends through a timeless space.
Listening to part 2 of Indiana, you knew there had to be a part 2 because we didn't talk about wineries or ghosts.
That's right. And we are today. So we're talking and annoying people. So we're going to combine all that in there today. So, great.
Let's start with, so we get up to Indiana and we get settled in our hotel in Indianapolis.
It's our first hotel. We stayed at the embassy
Yeah.
up there, which was a nice hotel, but you're going to hear my shower review.
Unnecessary shower.
Yes, Doug's unnecessary hotel shower review for both the embassy and the, I can't think of the other name, Homewood Suites. I'll give you the update on those in a few minutes. But first up, go ahead.
So we got to Indianapolis and we went to Weber Grill. Who knew they had a restaurant?
Yeah, I did.
surely did not know they had a restaurant.
I did. So I wanted to go there.
So we made reservations to eat there, and we were able to walk there from our hotel, which was very appeasing. So that was it was really good food.
You know, it is, and if you don't know it already, it's the Weber Grill. You know, the little round grills that they make. It's their restaurant. It's
Charcoal grill.
pretty damn cool in there. So I went there years ago for a conference, and it was super packed and just crazy because it was a conference in town. When we went the other day, not a lot of people.
We made reservations and we walked in and we were the only people.
It's like, we have reservations. And they're like, you do? And I'm like, well, now I have obvious reservations. It happened. But
the food was really good. We
really
ate
good.
brisket egg rolls, which were amazing. And then he had steak. And then what did I have?
I don't know. What did you have? Salad?
I don't
I
remember
don't,
what.
I don't remember.
Roll apparently. But
clearly it was something you really had a good time with right there. So, oh, okay.
I'm sure it's
Okay.
shrimp.
Well, that's fine. You went to a steak place and got shrimp. So,
the shrimp po' boy. Remember that really good
oh,
shrimp
that's
that was
right. You did. Yes, you did.
Oh, that
So,
was some good shrimp.
yeah.
That was really good shrimp.
That was just up the street from our hotel. The embassy is right
Around
on the same street. I mean, basically, and it's right there. So we finished that, and then it was time for our ghost tour. So
we went to Indianapolis intentionally early to go do a ghost tour because we'd never done one before. And
in Indianapolis.
And if you know us, we've done them all over the country.
Yeah.
So it's just a fun way. If you've never done a ghost tour before or don't know what they are, it's just a fun way to get to know the city in a short span of time. You get to know a lot. And then they tell you cool stories. And we've done ones where they take you into different bars and places that you probably wouldn't necessarily go on your own or visit. So it's just a fun way to get to know the town.
Yeah.
So we did do a ghost tour, and the ghost tour started right next to our hotel, which again,
and it started at a reportedly haunted theater called the Indiana Repertoire Theater. And we all met out front out there, and the guide was telling us that hotel's got a lot of ghost reports. It's had lots of people seeing things and windows opening and things like that. So it was pretty cool to see it. And the building's really, architecturally speaking, it's beautiful. It's got so many little things carved into the building. It's just absolutely crazy nice out there. And the best part was, so we're starting to do the ghost tour. They're starting to get us around with everybody. And we met all the other people that were there, and they were super nice too. It's just fun that when you go do these ghost tours, people are really nice because I think they realize we're just here to have some fun and we're not going to get crazy. So everybody was super nice. But the guy that was running the thing said, hey, some people paid extra for a little extra thing. And he started handing out these EMF detectors, which you'll see on the screen here in a minute. But the EMF detectors, the little meter thing that goes out there for ghost hunters. And guess who bought one? Oh, Jill got me one. So it was so nice to have that as we were walking around and see the little lights going and stuff. And I think 4 of us had those meters out there. So it's kind of cool to see that stuff. So, but we were walking all over the place in downtown Indianapolis. Saw a lot of cool.
It was supposed to be a 60-minute ghost tour. And then you could have paid extra for like an additional 30 minutes, but we ended up going 90 minutes. Like this dude, like our ghost tour guy, he's like, I ain't got nothing after y'all.
Yeah.
We can just hang out and have a good time. And like literally, he was really good. He really, you could tell he enjoys his job because the 60-minute mark hit. We're all going, when does this end?
Yeah. Yeah.
Further and further from our location. And if you've ever done a ghost tour, usually you end up circling the city. Well, we ended up going like almost in a straight line.
It was like, are we gonna take
figure
a
a way
cab
back.
back? It's like this is getting crazy. Where's it going? So,
But
but it was cool to see all these buildings, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of history with all these buildings. He was pointing out a lot of stuff that was really crazy history and haunted things and things that have happened in town, stuff like that.
The Mike Tyson trial was at the courthouse down there, and they were talking about that.
The Mike Tyson trial. Who knew? But I guess that was his rape trial that he had. But I didn't know it was there. And they said the crowds were crazy and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. But the buildings downtown are wow, they are nice down there. I mean, there's such, I mean, very historic looking stuff out there. They've got a lot of monuments for things we were looking at. The square downtown with the large, I don't know what you call that thing. That thing in the middle, you'll see it in the slide here in a second. But that's very cool because the whole area around the center of the town has all kinds of stuff going on, like little exhibits. It's got people out there. It's got music playing.
It's got like those giant yard games. It's got chairs. It's got
very cool.
like just a little outdoor fun area. I guess I don't know what you call it.
Well,
They actually have a name for it. I forget what they call it. but
yeah, they
do
did
have
have
a
I can't remember what it was called either. But one of the best things they had out there, because when I'm teaching this expecting unexpected class, I'm talking about things that are just so unexpected. Like I talk about the Las Vegas UFO sighting when they had that UFO come down. I've got the CAD log from that incident that I show everybody in the class. Like this is an actual CAD log of the UFO crash, our UFO landing with these aliens that came out. So, and I talk about all these kind of things with unexpected type things. And one of the things I cover is Bigfoot. And I show them a news story where a 911 director says, we don't have any protocols on this thing. However, we had trained our dispatchers to ask appropriate questions and stuff. And I play it just to say, look, if you've got something like that, you might want to prepare yourself to handle a call like that. So I asked everybody. Everybody said, no, we don't have nothing like that. I'm like, okay. So then around the center of this square of this town was a little tiny like museum looking thing that had a reportedly miniature Bigfoot. There's a little tiny Bigfoot. Little Bigfoot. And they said it runs around. It's been reported all over the place, and they've had different sightings and things like that. So the next day in class, I mentioned it. I said, y'all said you didn't have anything like this, but you actually do have little Bigfoot. So they have a little like exhibit of what it would look like and stuff. So I thought that was pretty damn cool.
That was cool. So then what did we, so after the ghost tour, after it finally ended, which was like, I can't hate him for keeping us longer because it was longer, but also as we were walking back through the circle every night, and the time is random, it sounds like they do like a slideshow of all the veterans, and it's like it's shot up on the buildings, and then they do pictures of all the veterans, and they do the the Star Spangled Banner. They do that, and
it's shown on all the buildings. As
Yeah.
you're sitting in the middle of town, you see it displayed on all of the buildings.
Yeah,
These big, huge things.
it was we had gotten there right when it started, so it was
Yeah.
pretty cool to see. So I mean, it was like probably 10 o'clock at night when we got through there, so it was cool to see.
He was telling us about it. I mean, he was not working at this point,
Yeah.
but he was just standing there with us talking about what was going on with this stuff, and which was kind of cool. And then he was like telling us different places to go in town if you want to go someplace else, because we said we were going to make it down to the Slippery Noodle, which is this tavern down just a little bit south of downtown, and that place is reportedly very haunted. It was a brothel. It was a lot of different things out there. Now it's a restaurant, bar, tavern. And so I said, we got to go down to that thing. And he was telling us about another place right next to it, an Edgar Allan Poe kind of place. What was it called? Nevermore.
And we were super like
Very happy.
We were like, we're going to get an Uber and go over there. It was only like a mile from our hotel, but we just Ubered over.
There was a lot of people on the street
Yeah,
that day.
they had a basketball game.
Yeah.
So we Ubered. Nevermore wasn't open, so we ended up Ubering over to Slippery Noodle.
Slippery Noodle.
Slippery Noodle. And that was pretty cool. It was a cute little dive bar. Like everybody was watching the game, so like there was really not much going on.
I'll take a picture of it. It's just a really small
Yeah.
tavern looking place.
Restaurant attached, like on the back side of it.
Yeah.
So, but then we found Nevermore, and then we realized that it was permanently closed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's got the sign still says Nevermore, but it's out of business. Apparently, it was one of these kind of speakeasy looking places for Edgar Allan Poe stuff, but it did not last and went out of business.
apparently there's tunnels under there,
Yeah.
and like there's a bookshelves that you pull, and then you can open other rooms. Like he was telling the way he was describing it, we're just like, we need to go check this out,
Yeah.
and we're never gonna check.
It would have been cool to see. I mean, we went to the parking lot, took a look at it, said, God, it would be neat if it was open, but unfortunately it was out of business. But the Slippery Noodle was cool because it was packed. I mean, the game's on, it was packed in there. And I felt kind of bougie because we went in there and what did you order? You ordered
Sidebar, this man orders a wine and I ordered a cream ale.
So I said, hey, can I get a glass of Pinot Grigio? And the guy looks at me and goes, yeah, okay, hold on.
Well, you asked for wine, he's like, we have white and we have red.
Yeah. It's like, okay. But everybody else was like drinking beer and shots and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, can I get a glass of wine? That'd be great. And so he pulls out a can. He had one of those little cans of wine. And I was like, oh, this is going to be delicious. And it really was not. So not cold, not good. So
there to scope the place out. So
yeah.
Getting a drink real quick.
It was a great time to go and kind of see this place. So that was kind of a neat thing.
Because I think they also have something underneath, but we were so busy in there that I don't think we could have been like, hey, can we?
I've been there once before, many years ago.
Slippery Noodle.
Yeah. Oh, and it was when I went to Weber the last time we were in town. And we checked it out up there. But it was kind of a cool thing. So I mean, that night was kind of cool because it was so many people on the street. Good Lord, there was a lot of people on the street out there. The game was on. Everybody was out there messing around. Nobody was fighting. Nobody was beating each other up. It was great.
The only thing you had to worry about were those stupid little scooters on the sidewalks. That was really...
People going like 100 miles an hour on those damn things.
Yeah.
Kill you. I'm like, it's kind of nice. But it was nice to kind of walk around down there and just feel that kind of exposure. And that was the day before we started teaching. So it was kind of neat.
That was fun.
To get that out of our system.
It's probably one of the safer cities we've been to downtown.
Well, admittedly, I don't think we should go to a few other cities that we're going to be going to shortly. So if you watched our first Traveling with SHOWCO, we're talking about Baltimore. That's going to be something. So it's at the end of July. Anyway, so, hey, I just wanted to kind of hit one of our topics here.
Did we do the winery?
Yeah, we did earlier today. We talked about it.
We did it the second time.
Okay. All right. Hey, this is all about traveling, man. And she just went on some journey. So hold on. Are you back with us, Jill? You know where we're at? Okay.
We get up the next morning and we're heading to Plainfield and we decide, hey, let's go find a winery. Like they had them in the area. And unfortunately, like when you're traveling, a lot of places are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, which should not be, but whatever. So we found one winery. It was probably 35 minutes from where we were, like the opposite direction. But I was like, hey, what do we got going on? So we went to, it was Mallow Run Winery. Say that 3 times fast. And it was such a cute little winery, and it was huge. It was much bigger than I thought it would be, because sometimes you go to these wineries and it's literally like a shack and they have the grapes imported, but they actually grow the grapes there. And they had a wide variety of wines that we hadn't tried. And I really liked it. And I like going to wineries when we're traveling, because usually you can find like a wine trail map that'll lead you to other places, or like the employees are usually very passionate about their job. So they'll tell you, hey, go here or go there. Well, I guess because the wineries are so spread out there, they don't really have, they had a map, but it was old. So she's like, well, here's the map, but like this one's closed, that one's closed, this one's closed. So
yeah, I was like, why did she even hand it to us if she's telling us all these are closed? Don't go to any of these.
I mean, and usually you can get like a book of the town. It's like we couldn't find anything there. So probably because they don't just have that big of a wine region there. But she was super nice. And she's like, hey, if you're going this direction, you can go check that out. But it was the complete opposite direction we were going. But I mean, we got to try some Indiana wine. So, hey, it's a win.
It was a good place. It was a good place to go. Did we already cover the class location?
The first time we did, not the second.
My gosh, I forgot, because we had to reshoot this a little bit because we had some issues with technical situations going on. So we had to kind of reshoot it and do some editing thing out there. But let me just tell you, the class location was at this place called Indiana Made, M-A-D-E. And it's this very high-tech building and stuff like that. And it's got robotics in there, and it's got chemical stuff in there. It's got all kinds of good stuff, but the technology is great. And that's where our class was. And it was just absolutely great to be in that building where the technology is. You could, I mean, my laptop got fixed up so fast. And we walked in and the room was huge. And I was like, God, the room's really big. This is going to be great. Because I knew we were going to have over 50 people in the class. I knew it was going to be really big. So I thought this is going to be okay. So we start setting up and people are all scattered around, sitting on there, and we get started. And I just start the introductions and we're talking about who we are and stuff like that. And some lady comes through the door and she's like, excuse me, you only have half this room because this other side's going to be for the meeting today. So you only get that side. And I'm like, well, okay, thanks for your.
So, like, a little bit backstory. So the lady that this was all set up through was off the day that
Oh,
we
okay. I
started
didn't realize.
classes.
Yeah, okay.
She was off in the room. You would think they would set it up the next day or the night before for the people coming
Yeah.
in that day. And the room was never set up. So when we walked into the room, it was this double room. And we're like, oh, 50 people. This makes sense because they're round tables that had like, I don't know how many chairs added. So with 50 people, that would make sense. So nobody ever questioned the fact that it was not supposed to be one room.
But the lady that came in to tell us to get everybody on that side and they're going to put the wall down the middle was not very pleasant. And her
Okay.
attitude was a little abrupt for that early in the morning.
It
So
almost felt like they thought we were doing it on purpose, but like
really? Oh,
it almost
God.
felt like they thought we were like trying to get something over on them. Weren't like it was just
No.
the person who set up wasn't there, so I guess there was a miscommunication about it. But
And it was my only thing was it was like, okay, we're gonna move, don't worry.
yeah,
But I play a lot of tapes of stuff. I got shootings and we do all kinds of things, and it's loud. And I'm like, this little fabric wall they're gonna put up is really not gonna cover. But I'm like, hey, you know, you want me to go over here? That's fine. And I feel sorry for Vicky and Laurel. They didn't know that the room was gonna be cut in half.
yeah,
So I mean, I don't. It's just these people that run the place was a little just abrupt for the morning.
yeah.
So we start going into class and you know, I'm playing tapes and stuff like that. And so door opens and a guy comes in from next door and he's like, I can hear you. I can hear you. And I'm like, well, yippee yay. Hello. And so I said, okay, well, I'm sorry, but we are doing this. So I try to keep it quiet. So I turned down the speaker a little bit, but I mean, I still got 50 people in a class. I got to like at least let them hear it.
And they're not that well, videos aren't that long. They're a couple minutes, and it's mostly like the gunfire or the yelling.
It's 911 calls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stuff you need to hear about. So I was just kind of like, okay, that guy came in a couple of times and kept doing this crazy. I can hear. I'm like, oh man. I kept thinking, okay, I'm a guest here, and Indiana 901 has sponsored this thing. I really can't go off on this son of a gun and tell him exactly how I feel about what's happened. But it was like we dealt with it and just kind of went throughout the day. What made it great was at lunch we had Chick-fil-A, which was always great.
No, Chick-fil-A the first day, Cracker Barrel the
Yeah,
second day.
that was the first day.
Yeah.
Listen to her trying to correct me. Anyway, so wow, Jill, it's time to drink right now. Anyway, so we had Chick-fil-A the first day. The second day, they had Cracker Barrel, which was really good stuff out there. So it's nice to have that kind of food from Indiana State providing all that stuff. So it's great. So that was kind of a neat thing. The classroom is just so, I mean, the computer equipment was just so easy to hook up. If I could have shut those sons of bitch, our people next door and told them to just, you know, why don't you go have a meeting somewhere else in the parking lot or something? But I didn't. I was polite with them and said, oh, I'm sorry. I'll turn the thing down. And
Turn the radio down.
yeah, I didn't really want to turn anything down, but I said whatever. So anyway, so that was kind of our trip up there. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you.
Oh yes.
I forgot to give you my Doug's completely unnecessary hotel shower review.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night.
Okay, so before you start this,
Yes.
I do want to say that when I first met Doug, I was
God.
told about his shower heads. And
It's one, not heads.
like, well, yeah, he's traveling with a shower head. Now, everybody's got their thing they travel with. People travel with blankets, they travel with pillows, they travel with, I don't know, whatever it is. He travels with his emotional support shower head. So I can't argue with him because you can take the absolute most horrific shower and make it amazing with this shower head that he travels with. So
You know, and that's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's so weird. That's so odd. That's so strange that Doug carries his shower head with him." But if you've ever been in the shower and you get these little like spritz of stuff because they never clean the damn shower head,
mhm.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these shower heads in these places have water restrictors and they haven't been cleaned, so they just spray everywhere. And you're like, "Well, I'm over here. Could you spray this way? That'd be great." So I figure if I can go in there and change it out very quickly,
Yeah.
very quickly.
And there's probably only been maybe a handful of times when you've been defeated by the.
Yes, sometimes people put like a lock-in device on it, and then I'm like, all right, you want to play that game?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start carrying an arc welder with me and start taking them apart. But no, I'm just kidding. But it's just one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh. So there we go. So here's the shower review. So our first hotel was the Embassy Suites in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Beautiful hotel.
Beautiful shower.
Nice place.
80s.
Oh God,
It was a very hot
I love
shower.
hot showers, so it was great to have that kind of thing on there. I switched the shower head out. You'll see the picture of the shower head they had. They had those square ones that are it just kind of like sprays out, and like you're like, oh, it's very gentle. And I'm like, this is not good. I need some stuff to get my hair clean and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, hell no. So I took that thing right off. What's funny is I looked at it. It was really dirty. Like not dirty, like scaly stuff from obviously you don't clean it very often. And I'm like, no wonder it doesn't work.
Now you've unlocked a new fear for people in hotels, how dirty their shower heads are.
No, hey,
Unlocked.
Hey, y'all, you know what? I've been in some really bad ones myself. But so I took it off, put ours on. It was great. Hot water pressure was great. Place was fine. I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. This is Embassy Suites.
And the water was good.
Recommend.
The
yes.
Water was soft water.
Well, soft water. Recommend highly the Embassy Suites in Indianapolis down there. And then we stayed to do the classes. We're at the Homewood Suites over in Plainfield. That one had one of those old shower heads. I mean, old shower heads that had like the stuff on. They haven't obviously cleaned that one in a long time either, because it had like not rust, but the calcium buildup and stuff. It's just nasty. So when you turn it on, it was like, it's like, oh God, I'm wetting down the whole place in here. It's so great. So got rid of that, put our shower head on, and it was nice too. I said, oh, look at this. Good water pressure, no soft water, hot water. So makes it a great thing. So I highly recommend the hotel over there. Now, this is a highly recommend with a caveat, meaning I recommend it if you bring your own shower head, because the ones that they have.
And I will say, when I've traveled without Doug for work, or I travel home and I have to use the shower without his shower head, it makes me very sad.
See, that's the thing. And that's the thing. It doesn't take very much. And I've only had TSA search my bag a couple of times because they see it looks like a,
I mean, you're
who knows what it looks like.
On a plane.
Yeah, I don't put on carry-on. It's always unchecked baggage, so it goes. But it's one of those things where it's like just a simple little thing, but it makes the trip good, because it's like I don't have to worry about going, oh my God, this water's terrible, or the water pressure's bad, or whatever.
And he'll forget clothes. He'll forget shampoo. He'll forget. You've forgotten
everything, man.
In hotels, but he never has forgotten the shower head. That's right.
That's right. I built myself into memories on these things. So that's my review, my completely unnecessary hotel shower review.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath long about a Saturday night.
Other than that, I think we're just about done with our Indiana for this side. We got another Indiana trip coming up in a month. Oh gosh, it's going to be great up there. It's a different part of Indiana, so we're going to talk about that. But other than that, Jill, do you have anything else?
No, I won't be on the next trip, but
you won't be on the next trip. But it's 5 years we've lived here in Tennessee. That's our anniversary.
Friday.
Yeah, well, let me just tell you. You know why I kind of blacked that date out? Because before I moved here, we had to drive a Penske truck twice across the United States, and I will never do that ever again. My friend Leslie and Adam will know. They'll be able to tell you why. But
that might be an archives episode.
Oh my God, that would be something. We'll have to bring them on so they could tell their version of the story. So I know how it was. Anyway, so that's why I blocked that whole date out, because I'm like, oh God, that was a terrible twice across the United States in a Penske. So there you go.
And hopefully, June 20th is our anniversary.
Hopefully it's our anniversary. Wow, because something's gonna happen between now and then. Okay, here we go.
No, the weather here in Tennessee has been horrific at best. Everything keeps getting rained out. So I'm hoping that we'll have some fun stories to share with you from our anniversary adventures.
Hopefully, it's like I saw the news. It's supposed to be code red tomorrow, so for storms in the area. Anyway, so I think we're just about done here. So Jill, let's start our engine. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. Go out and make it a great day, everybody, because you know we will. Good night, everybody.